Happy health and wellness check-in. This is my health and wellness check-in for this past week. It's Sunday, 19 April 2026, and I'm Tanis, Shoreline of Seattle. If I'm off center, it's slightly, partially because it's the bright light. Okay. So here I, Tanis, Shoreline of Seattle, check-in for a week summary of my health and wellness, social, mental, and physical this past week. Monday 13 to Sunday 19 April 2026. It was a week with repeated redistribution of my attention to attempt to return to a more balanced movie watching, book reading workload. It was an attempt and progress was made, however, it's still in progress. I've got meaty books, and so that balance in taking multiple hours out of my day to watch a movie or read a book can be, when doing both of those things in high quantity, it takes balance for me. All right, category 1 of 3, social health. I fed the critters. We've been, the North American red squirrels, the chickarees, have been out more, so that's been kind of fun. They've been drinking from the water bowls, that kind of stuff. This week included neighborhood-friendly faces when out and about, including walk runs, and out and about was well-timed in pace. Yes, at the house, pacing is restructuring. So the out and about becomes, I really kind of, instead of like lumping it all together on one day, I like kind of paced it out and used it for working on my balancing act at home, so to speak, at the house. Yeah. Category 2 of 3, mental health. So movie watching and book reading balancing attempt made progress, still a work in progress. Yes, it's ongoing. This is one of those ongoing, in part this is because it's not just one book, I have a stack of books, and so that makes it a little bit more of, instead of okay, just do this until I'm done with the book, or do this for a week, it's like, no, I got 3 meaty books in a row, 4 in a row, but like 3 in a certain formatting sense, so there's a little bit of like, I don't get to just like stiff arm it and be like beat it or something. It's no. So there we go. And then I'm getting my in-person soulmates through. I feel like the genie in Aladdin when he turned into a sheep, something like, I feel sheepish. It was Robin Williams as the genie and the Aladdin. There was I feel sheepish, kind of like, when he shows up as a bee on the balcony with Aladdin and he's trying to woo Jasmine or whatever, and he's like like coming up with positive attributes to highlight for Jasmine. He's like, she's, or I'm punctual, and it was some great ones from that one. It was like 1990s, the cartoon. Okay. Anyway, all right, third and final category, physical. I have PMS water weight retention. It's the 7th consecutive month with temperatures consistently in the 30s degrees Fahrenheit. Sleet, icy mush/slush fell from the sky on my walk run on Wednesday. I was out there and I was on my walk run and I was like something started falling and I was like, that feels like snow, and I looked and it was like, the thick clump of snowflakes is like sleet, and I was like, oh my gosh, and it was like in the 30s in degrees Fahrenheit start temperature kind of thing, and it has been a few times this month. I was just like, it continues. So 7th month. It has been the most agonizing 7-month period in my over 20.00 years in training, spanning running, swimming, and soccer. It really has been. I am my own coach, so partially there's not, partially it's just, I'm not gonna stop. Yeah, what was the start temperature that day? That there was like the thick snow, so to speak. That was, it was 39 degrees Fahrenheit. That's the start temperature. And I was like, if the temperature doesn't rise too much, and then it started snowing, I was like, that thick snow qualifies, it is still in the 30 degrees Fahrenheit. So, it was, yeah. Okay. And one thing I've noticed in this 7-month period is my tonsils get bigger out on my walk runs in the colder weather. Was noted at the dentist last time I went in. I found that keeping my mouth literally shut helps with this. Yeah, so, and it's not, there's not really a formula currently for it, but it'll be like, I'll like go out and I'll be like, it's like my throat, and I'll give it a day or two and it goes away. But I've been like, but they pointed it out, and I had gone for a walk around that morning before the dentist appointment, and so I was like, what would that be? Think about it. And I was like, you know, I was out there and it's still in the 30s degrees Fahrenheit, and I was like, yeah, that would be this thing. That's right. So I have a rain jacket and like windbreaker that I wear, and so I try to like tuck my mouth under it, and it helps keep like warm up the air that I breathe in through my lungs. Yeah, to keep the respiratory system, the airflow system, from getting too cold. But it still sometimes does register. All right, it's perhaps a little too cold, so I respond. That's why I have a lower limit on the 35 degrees Fahrenheit. It's about treating my body well and my lungs and my throat and my air tubing, so to speak. A positive, and there's blood oxygenation, so in that sense, I need to be careful there as well. That matters in the heart system. Like if the air coming in is cold, hypothermia is like where the blood in the system gets too cold, the whole body goes down internally, and that can come from air being too cold that's inhaled. A positive of this, though, is in addition to a physiological gold mine about myself, it has brought out different wildlife. This past week, I encountered a full-grown deer and a full-grown bald eagle and a full-grown deer again, each on a different iteration of my 5.80-mile road walk/run set. Okay, I ran with a coyote not too long ago as well, and I was like, what could nature be saying? You know, it sends out all these adults, full grown, of these species, and I was like, maybe they're saying there's predators, and I'm like, oh yeah, there's a coyote, there's a bald eagle. All right. Anyway, what am I wearing on my eyes? This is the last for physical. What is my eyewear? I got my Ray-Bans. How's my vision adjustment to the new prescription going? So this is a different prescription for the lenses. So I put them on day one, and it was, they said you might feel fishbowly, and so I was like, you know, it's like it feels like the lenses are curved or something, and I was like, it's never gonna go away, you know, like, and it's been 3 days. So I got on 16 April and 17th, 18th, 19th, and it's been about approximately 3.00 days, a little bit under when I'm filming this, because I went in at like 10 o'clock and it's not 8 something a.m. So less than 3.00 days, but approximately. And that feels gone away. The last time I got a new pair of glasses, I think it took about 10 days for me to adjust. So this is a much faster improvement for myself. My vision is doing much better. I'd say in terms of the frames, I like the frames. I like that they're wide. They kind of twist in at the back to help them stay on, and it's a snug fit. I think my only concern is like if I push them out when I because they're turned in, if they push the wings of the glasses out as I put them on and off, that's something I've picked up on. But I'm like, am I just making an excuse for they're snug, you know? But like, I don't want them to not be snug, because then they might slip even more or like fall off my face. So I'm like, just think about it. Tanis, pros and cons. Don't go having them adjusted because it's tweaked in on purpose by the design so that they don't fall off the face. So I've been thinking about stuff like that as well, and that was part of my funds for that and from my retirement account stuff. So there we go. In conclusion, balancing act continues, and I'll link to some related stuff in the video description playlist specifically. I did a spattering, including I got 2 eating ASMR ones in videos in. So there we go.